minutes of the kick-off, the crowd was spilling onto the pitch behind the Liverpool goal. And within 6 minutes of the kick-off, a police official decided to approach the referee, Mr. Lewis, and ask for the game to be stopped. Elsewhere on the ground at this stage, we thought that it might just be a pause, a temporary interruption. But you'll see that the Liverpool fans were quite agitated, explaining to the Liverpool players what was going on. The fans by this time were continuing to spill over onto the pitch. But it was a difficult manoeuvre for most of them. They had to clear the crush barrier. Mr. Graham Kelly, the chief executive of the FA, was there. The police didn't seem at this stage to be quite sure of what to do. There's one small gate at the front of that crush barrier which would allow fans onto the pitch. But fans who were crushed up against the barrier couldn't get to it. A gate further down was opened, and they could escape the pressure. Others escaped upwards to the seated stand above the terrace. They were helped by fellow Liverpool fans. Down at the front, meantime, the pressure was getting worse. More police arrived, but again, it has to be emphasized, there was no violence of any kind. Elsewhere on the ground, there was some impatience about what was going on. Nobody realized the extent of the problem, that people were being injured and killed. Again, the fans seek refuge above. Again, at this stage, there was no indication elsewhere of the extent of injuries and fatalities. But we were now getting to the stage where clearly the match was unlikely to continue. There was nowhere for the fans who'd come on to the pitch to go. By now, at this stage, I personally had heard from some Liverpool fans, having gone down onto the pitch, that their friends, their pals, had been injured. I even heard at this stage of somebody being killed, but there was no confirmation. One small boy is thankfully safe. By now, 16 minutes from kick-off, the St John's ambulance have arrived, and the first ambulance has come onto the pitch. Now, elsewhere in the ground, everybody realizes the severity of the problem. Mr. Peter Robertson, the chief executive of Liverpool, and Kenny Dalglish, who experienced the Heysel disaster. The crash barrier has now been either broken or cut to allow more fans to escape onto the pitch. More ambulances arrive. And now, almost half an hour from the kick-off of the match, fans are using the advertising hoardings to help take away the injured, and now, we've learned, the dead. By now, the Nottingham Forest fans at the other end are subdued into total silence. They're aware that at the other end, it's not exuberance anymore, it's tragedy. And the managers are told that no game will be played here today. Brian Clough sympathises with Kenny Dalglish. Maurice Roweth, the chairman of Forest, applauds the behaviour of the Forest fans.
As soon as we got rid of all the injured people safely to the hospitals, You won't be able to do that if you rush out to the ground. We'll let you know and you can leave the stadium in safety.